Hello, hello, Virgo. This is Miss Joan of Miss Jones Tarot-on-the-Hill.com, and I'm coming to you to talk about November, which will include October 31st through November 27th. And I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards and prep them for our reading for this month. There will, of course, be 4 columns, one for each week of 7 days, and we'll look at what's going on, what's blocking you, and what your solution is. And then we will do an in-depth reading of the very first week, which will be October 31st through the 6th. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the cards. Pick a pile. And now I'm going to go ahead and lay out the cards. All the cards are going to face me. It doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. So let's just get into it, right? So in the first week of October 31st through November 6th, we have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is telling me that there's more information coming to you about something that you feel passionately about. Something that feeds your soul intellectually, right? So this is very good information that's coming your way. Pay attention to see what's coming, right? The area in your life where you're blocked this week will be your intuition. It won't be 100% on point, so it's important for you to not give it all your energy, right? Don't put more into your understanding of your intuition in this moment. Acknowledge it. Understand it, maybe write it down so you can get back to it, but you don't want to hold your breath about what your intuition is telling you, because it may not be 100% on point, right? There is something else coming up where your solution is to be in a position where you feel new. The Sun is the card we pulled, and it's talking about how everything is new and different and interesting. And you're going to be able to say, I don't know, and be legitimately a person who doesn't know, and that's okay. So enjoy that little moment of understanding that you don't have to have all the answers for this particular week. It's okay. So yeah, very cool. You have information coming. You can't really trust your gut. Just set it to the side, but know that it's there. It may come in handy next time, right? So then, and then, of course, allowing yourself to not have all the answers. This is important stuff. We don't always get that. Okay? Now, the next week over is going to be November 7th through the 13th. And I see some really nice things going on for you, Virgo. There's some wishes are being fulfilled. We have pulled the 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups is telling me that whatever you've been working on, you're starting to see some results from that, and that's wonderful news. There is also the 3 of Cups, which is telling me there's a celebration that's blocking you, a gathering of people. It may be a party, but it may not be a party, just a gathering of people, right? It doesn't necessarily feel like a festive occasion when these people come together. So pay attention to that. It may get in your way. So this gathering may not be good for you. You might actually just stay away. We'll get more information in another video, okay? We'll come back to this week and talk about it more in depth. Because your solution is actually to maybe do a little sitting still. We pulled the 9 of Swords, which is typically like the I'm stuck card. And what's interesting is that when being stuck is your solution, that really just sort of says, hey, sit still. It's okay. You don't have to be in full motion all the time. You can actually take a break, be okay, and that would be a really good option. And that's what I want for you, is for you to just take a beat, take a break. Don't be in full motion all the time. You don't have to get involved in every gathering or party that's happening. Maybe it's not your party. Okay? And that's okay. Other people can do stuff. Let other people take the hand. take the lead on stuff. And that's through the 13th. So now we're looking at the 14th through the 20th. Let's look at that week. We pulled the King of Wands as our baseline for this week. So there's some good ideas coming from a person in your life with masculine energy who is just really grounded and of like mind. So you have a good partner in crime right now, and their ideas are valid and useful, and I want you to pay attention to them, okay? Take note and listen to what they're doing, okay? Listen to what they're saying. The area where you're in your life where you're blocked this week is, we pulled the Moon. So we're talking about your dreams and goals, which may not be being assessed, taken care of, incorporated into the situation. And it may not be your turn, but at the same time, pay attention and see what's going on, and see how you can integrate your dreams and goals with this King of Rods person. We want to see and understand that everybody's getting heard, right? The solution card at the bottom here is talking about strength. So we pulled the strength card. That means that whatever's going on is going to be pulling at your heart. It's going to be something that makes you have to dig a little deeper inside yourself to feel acceptable and happy about what's going on. All right. So just keep in mind that you're going to be digging deeper. Of course, it will have more to do with your dreams and goals. Maybe your dreams and goals are changing. They change too. And that could be a place where that's why it's in that position, is so that you'll look at them and figure out what you want to fix. Because dreams and goals can change. And that's the beauty of life, is that we just keep changing. We keep growing. We keep wanting something a little bit different. You reach this spot, you want to go to this spot. Now you got to do this and that to get there. And it's okay. Or maybe we just want to go over there now. And that's okay too. Keep all of these things in mind as we proceed to the week of November 21st through the 27th. Because we pulled the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is talking, Virgo, about how wanting to keep your finances balanced, keep everything in order, don't go crazy, and know that there will be the area where you're blocked is, interestingly, the Ace of Pentacles, which is the gift of finance. And you may have the gift of finance coming to you, but it may not be the greatest thing since sliced bread. So when money blocks you, that's interesting, right? So keep it in mind that not all money is good money. Also, keep in mind that as you approach this situation, you can just not react, because reacting is where things get hanky, right? So if you just take a deep breath and see what they're doing, see what's being offered, and, you know, not every pile of cash is something you want or need. So that's okay to assess that and decide that and be okay with that. Because, of course, the solution card down here at the bottom is actually the Ten of Wands, which shows you walking away, taking your ideas and leaving, because maybe somebody wanted to control your situation far too much for the price. So whatever the cost was, whatever there might be an intellectual cost with a financial price tag. So paying attention to that, if you don't get your intellectual self taken care of and your financial self taken care of, you may choose to walk away from the opportunity entirely. And that's what my cards are showing me, is that you're going to walk away because you've seen enough, you've heard enough, it wasn't enough money to make you want to do it their way, and or they wanted to change it so much, it's not yours anymore. Nobody likes that. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and save these 3 weeks off to one side, and I'm going to go ahead and get into going in depth on the first week. Alrighty, so we're going back to October 31st through the 6th of November, and we're going to go ahead, and these cards are pre-programmed, and pull up some new cards to add more information to this particular week. So let's see, we have the Page of Wands is where we started, right? And the Page of Wands is talking about, you know, new ideas coming to you, more information about new ideas coming to you. In addition to that, we have the Five of Pentacles, meaning that you probably want to get some more information on how to handle your finances. So you don't want to just forge ahead with how you normally do your finances. Kind of get a few questions answered and see how it goes. But there will be celebration involved. The Three of Cups also came up, so that tells me that you are genuinely having some good stuff happening, and I want you to keep that in mind and appreciate that. There's definitely a good vibe about what's happening this week. So cool. Now we talked about, of course, how you can't trust your gut. The other cards we pulled for the area where you're blocked include the Three of Swords and Justice. So the reality of what these mean to me is that while you can't trust your gut, you're going to want to talk about it and figure it out, but we're going to err on the side of don't talk about it, okay? If you don't talk about it, it'll do better for you than if you do share about it, because other people are going to want to get in on what you're talking about. And of course, you want fairness to prevail. So there may not be a lot of fairness in this moment. So just take a deep breath and know that that's a frustrating thing that's happening. But it's true that it may not be entirely fair. You're going to keep some stuff to yourself and not necessarily trust your gut. It'll be okay. Okay? Because the area in the solution for this week is talking about how the sun showed up, and we want you to know that you don't have to have all the answers. You will be in a position, we pulled the Six of Swords, which is telling me that you absolutely are going to be able to help others with your power. And that's a wonderful truth, because this is who you are at your core. You want to help people. And it will take something out of you, though, because we also pulled the Strength card. So the Strength card is telling me that you will be able to help others, but it's going to cost you something. So pay attention to what it costs you. Pay attention to what you're willing to give. And be cautious, okay? Just sort of proceed with caution, even though you don't know everything. And you have to take some things at face value. And interestingly, face value is what you're going to take them at, because your gut isn't on point. So take a deep breath and see how things go. All right? I will talk to you next about November 7th through the 13th, Virgo. All right? Have a good week.